Hello, my dear friends. My name is Shailesh, and I am today joining you with a Social Academy India. Uh, Let me tell you brief description about me. So, I'm Shailesh, as you all know. I've done my BE in civil engineer and I also done MA in sociology. And from last 5 years, I'm in the field of UPSC. Okay, so this is a brief description about me. Now, let me tell you about this class. Okay, so in this class, we are going to start our discussion on the polity. So we are going to complete the polity in this lecture series. So when it comes to the polity now, it is very tricky subject or a conceptual subject. Why I'm calling it a conceptual subject? Because if you are done with your concept now, you can easily mark the correct answer. Okay, you need to mug up some details, but in comparison to other social sciences, it is quite easy. Okay, and beneficial too. So in that sense, I'm calling it a conceptual or tricky subject. Okay, and why it is tricky? Because you need to make smart guesses. Okay, because if you know there is a president, so he is the greatest authority or a highest authority. Okay, so you need to make some guesses in it. So that is why it is also a tricky subject. So when it comes to polity, I have designed this course for the 100 classes. Okay, because in these 100 classes, we'll go from the basic to the high level. I also call it a zero to zenith series. Okay, because we will start this series with the zero and go to the zenith. Okay, so this is a basic point of the polity. Okay, so when we are learning the polity, so I need few cooperation from you. I need your cooperation, and also I'll also provide you few details or a detailed methodology where we will move along with the course. Okay, so I'll give you a PDF of each day handout. Okay, it is in the written form. Okay, not a handwritten, but in a document form. Okay, well I'll give you all the updates, current updates, or a basic part as such. Okay, so this is from my side, and I need your cooperation where you need to be consistent. Okay, in your all of the lectures. Okay, I'll refer to few books. Lakshmikant is a basic book. Okay, I'll go by the Constitution of India, PM Bakshi. Okay, I'll also refer to the India after Gandhi. It is a history and polity book, not a full polity book. Or I'll also refer to Subhash Kashyap. Okay, so these are my basic sources for this polity subject. Okay, along with it, I'll also refer to the Indian Constitution.org. I think that is a website where we'll get all the details from the Nehru Report to the Independence of India Act 1947. So this is all about the polity in deep. Okay, so let me start with this discussion with the basic of the polity. Okay, so when we are discussing about the polity, I told you about the Constitution of India. So why the Constitution was written or a frame after gaining the independence in 1947? Why we didn't adopt any other thing, just like the uh, age old Manusmriti or a different kind of book? Why? Because India emerged as the modern state in 1947. Okay, and Constitution is a circular document, and it is in the major modern ethos, just like the equality, fraternity. Okay, and we adopt our Constitution in such a way where we incorporate all the important aspect of different countries, just like we took the DPSP from which Irish Constitution, okay, or the Ireland Constitution. We took equality before law from where? From the UK. Okay, we'll take the emergency provisions from which? From the two perspective, Weimar Constitution of the Germany and 1935 Government of India Act also. Okay, so that's why Constitution is also known as the living document. Okay, because we can make changes and we incorporate the changes. Okay, and till today there is a 105 fifth amendment. Okay, so there is a large number of amendments also done in a constitution. So that's why constitution is a modern document or a living document where you can make changes. Even 42 and 44th amendment acts, or the 44th is known as the mini constitution amendment. Okay, why? Because there were major amendments bought by the JP Sarkar. Uh, in the later phases, we'll discuss about this 42 and 42nd Amendment Act in detail. We'll also discuss about the 44th Amendment Act, that how it brought the glory of the Constitution. Because 42nd Amendment changed everything in the Constitution, the most of the thing in Constitution. Even it direct for the fundamental right that it can be amended in any cases. Okay, it was bought by the Indira Gandhi government. So we'll discuss about it in later phases. Let me tell you about the Constitution. So earlier we discussed about the Constitution in the Indian concept, Indian context. Okay, now I'll discuss about the Constitution in general. So generally, a Constitution is a document, but there are many documents. Even the law or a statutory law, it is also a document where there is a rules and guidelines. But how the Constitution is different from the basic law or a basic document? This is our point. Okay, so Constitution is not a general law; it is a law of a law. If there is a law in a country, it can be derived from the Constitution. So if there is a Venn diagram, if there is a statutory law, then it is Constitution. If there is a executive order, it is uh, uh, under the Constitution. If there is an ordinance that is used by the president under the Article 123 of the Indian Constitution, so it is also under the Constitution. So Constitution is a law of a law, and the process by which the government is limited by the law, it is known as the constitutionalism. Okay, it is in the 2023 prelims, and even in the 2021, the UPSC asked the similar question: what does the constitutionalism means? Okay, so it means the government limits the parliament. Okay, so this is about the constitution. Now, the first constitution was written uh, for the public or in modern state in the America. So America adopted the constitution after their American Revolution. Okay, and it only contains, I think, 30 articles. Okay, so this is about the American Constitution. Now, when India got the independence, na, in 1947, हमारे पास सबसे जरूरी ये था कि we need to make a constitution. Okay, where we incorporate all the major aspect or the we will draft a constitution in the Indian context. Okay, because what Britishers bought in 1919, Government of India Act in 1909, Mountain Middle reforms in the 1935 Government of India Act, it is to benefit themselves, not to us. Okay, that's why we have planned for the 1947 Constitution, where on the 9th of December 1947, our parliament makers or our Constitution Assembly members, okay, participate in a discussion or formed a Constitution Assembly, where on the 13th of December 1946, pardon me, it is 1946. 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru moved a objective resolution where he signify about the uh, aim of the constitution or why we need a constitution. It is an objective resolution. It is also known as the sources. Okay, even the preamble is the extension of it. Okay, so that is what where the constitution is started, and then drafting committee formed. And what was the function of the drafting committee? To draft the constitution. Okay, there were various debates and discussions in the parliament, and in that sense various committees were formed, and in those committees different discussions were there, different suggestions were there. If they agreed to some decisions, they'll put it into the drafting part. Okay, if they do not like it, they'll pass on this to the different committees. Okay, so by this uh, process, India adopted this constitution or the formed this constitution, and Indian constitution also moved for the people to give their suggestion. And Indian Indians put this suggestion in the constitution, and finally on 26th of November 1949 we adopted a constitution. Okay, that means most of the articles of the constitution from the citizenship or other things came into the force, but full-fledged constitution came into the time in 26th of Jan to 1950. Why this date? Because of the Purna Swaraj declaration. Okay, in 1929 or 31, you need to answer this question, that we adopted the Purna Swaraj declaration in the 1929 Congress session or a 31 session. Okay, it is an important question for the UPSC examination, and you also need to tell me we adopted the fundamental rights in the uh, Congress session. In which Congress session? 1929 or 31 or 33? Okay, I give you another question. Jawaharlal Nehru participated in which Congress session? 1929, 1931, 1936, or 1933? Okay, you need to answer these questions in the comment section. Okay, so I told you about. Let me revise all the things that we have learned so far. So we discuss about the Constitution, that how it is a living document and how it is the law of the law. We also discuss about the Constitution, American Constitution, that is it is a first in a form. Okay, and why Indian Constitution is also known as the living document. So we have done with these three parts. Okay, and we also took a brief discussion on the Constitutional Assembly that was found on the 9th of December 1946. Okay, so in this basic or a general discussion, we talk about the few things related to the Constitution. Okay, in the next video, we'll start our discussion. Okay, or this is generally an introductory video. In the next video, we'll start our discussion on the Constitution, that how Constitution formed. We'll take a deep or a detailed discussion on the various committees formed in the Constitution Assembly. Okay, and how different committees suggested different reforms or a different changes or a different things that they want to incorporate in the Constitution. Okay, so this is all for today. uh, Thanks a lot. We'll meet tomorrow. All the best.